hello everyone. Thank you for being here. Today's presentation, or well, we can say a short workshop, is going to talk about how to live in the flow of blessing. Before we start, my name is Karen Kartika. I'm an energy healer, hypnotherapist, and breathwork facilitator. I am actually coming from a descendant of healers. For a long time, I have not been able to say that freely because it's kind of weird to say that there are a lot of people I'm coming from a lineage of healers. But in my family, there were a lot of healers, artists, mystics, and also business owner. And I right now admit and appreciate that all this heritage is what making me who I am today. I've been studying energy healing, alternative healing from probably more than 12 years ago. And I've always been fascinated with it because it's something that is just unknown, something that you can't see, something that is illogical, and yet it has its certain power to make things happen and to heal. And because of that, and because of the stories and the life that I've gone through, starting from trying to heal my own lower energy and feeling of overwhelm, I came to know all these modalities. And that's why I'm here today to be able to share all this with you. Okay, what lights me up? A few things really lights me up. One is being transformations or healing, having the freedom to be able to do whatever it is that you want and be able to understand how this energy body works and to be able to heal yourself. Because when we all know, for me, when I start to understand that this body, this energy body is very intelligent and know how to heal itself, it's give me the freedom to actually be and do whatever it is that I want to do. And because it's energy, it's because something that's so mystic, something that you can't see with your eyes, I call it the supernatural. I know it's kind of fun and it's kind of exotic to say I have supernatural power. But if we know we all have that supernatural ability because we all energy. What also light me up is being in a community with you, with like-minded people, because when we actually share this knowledge and we work together in a community, we can make a big impact. All right, now, I'm not a teacher. So just so you know, as I'm doing this, there's a lot of things running in me and I'm like, oh, this is weird, because actually my power is in sharing experiences and letting you know what I have done myself that makes or create the breakthrough that I need, and help you to do the same. So in my own way, I'm not here to teach you a concept. I'm just sharing you what I know, what I have practiced, and with hope that it will also help you and influence how you do and go about your life. So call me a catalyst. I think I'm here to empower your own best life, empower how you can heal yourself, empower you for being who you are as a powerful creator of your life. And I'm here, I'm committed to share whatever I know for your benefit, for your highest good, so you can be the person or the best self that you want. All right, so I learned this from Tony Robbins. When you're going through or being in a workshop place like this and you're coming here to learn something new, might not be all new, but something that you will hear it again for the first time, maybe today. When you're only listening and you're still looking at other things around you, maybe checking your mail or phone and things like that, you will only absorb about 10% of the information. But if you're listening and you're writing, maybe like you hear something and you put it on your notebook, you're going to absorb about 60% of the information. But if you put the right energy, and again, we all energy, and if you tune into my energy, even if you're not 100% listening to everything, because I'm going to probably throwing you with a lot of information, but if you feel the energy and the vibration, the feeling, and you put all that and start absorbing that energy, and you start putting in the back of your mind things that you're going to do after this session, the things that you can do in your own life after the session, you're going to absorb the information 100%. All right. So actually, I'm going to stop sharing right here because we all energy. And for all of us here to tune in to the energy of the creation that I'm going to share with you, we're going to do some exercise. How about that? All right. Ready? Okay. So just rub the hands. Rub, 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 rub. And we're going to invite our soul, our spirit, our own energy to be here. And now you stop the rubbing, take a deep breath in and breathe out. And deep breath in. And in next exhalation, I want you to open your hands and you're going to blow your air out into the hand. Again, take a deep breath in and blow the energy into the hand. Now I want you to press the middle of the hand, left and right. I want you to start putting your hands toward the outside. And invite a white light. Right now, just imagine or visualize just right above your head. And you might even, with your eyes closed, scroll up and look up. It's a beautiful white light above you. And we're going to invite that white light to start entering the top of our head down. And allow this white light to come through your heart. In fact, right now, take a deep breath in and breathe into the heart. And as you breathe out, I want you to channel that energy out from the palm of your hands out to the people that you love. You might even just want to send it to people who are here in this group right now. Just send it. Again, take a deep breath in, pulling in the energy from that white, beautiful light into the heart, and then share it through the palm of our hands outside toward people that we love. And let's do it again. And send out the energy. That's right. Let's do it a few more times. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out and send the energy from the heart through your palm to the people that you love. Another deep breath in. And send it to people that you work with, your coworker, your neighbors, and everybody else that you can think of right now. Wonderful. Now take a deep breath in and allow that white light to now wash over you, all over from the top of your body all the way down. And you can drop your hands to your laps. And allow the energy to run through your whole body, all the way out to the bottom of your feet. And in fact, right now, just look at the point underneath your feet into the ground, where you're going to allow the energy from the top of your head going down all the way down to the bottom. And with it, removing, releasing anything, any thoughts, any negativity, any gray energy that don't belong to you. Let it be cleared out using this white light. Wonderful. Take another deep breath in. Invite that white light in. Allow it to wash all over inside your body, all through your space, inside the space of your body, all through your organs, all the way out, carrying with it anything, releasing, removing anything that don't belong to you, that no longer need it, that's been making you feeling heavy. Remove, release, and allow it to go. Let it go. Wonderful. Good. Now bring back your hand up and put it in front of your heart. And just say with me, I give myself the space right here, right now, to relax. I give myself the space right here, right now, to allow. I give myself this time and space right now to open up to new information, to new insight, to new ideas that will benefit me today, tomorrow, and onwards. And so it is. Take a deep breath in, and you can open your eyes. All right. Now I'm gonna go back to my screen share. How's everyone doing? Good? Yay. Okay. So, how do you live your life? We all know that, well, we all heard about abundance, about peace, about love, about gratitude, about the law of attraction. And sometimes as we go through life, the things that we want of our life, the peace, the gratitude, the love, the abundance, are not always there, right? A lot of time we're in war with ourselves because there are things that, oh, I have to do. Oh, I need to do this. Or the things that we notice that, oh, I don't have enough of this. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. Or you're criticizing the things that you did 5 minutes ago. Maybe you make a mistake. Maybe you say something that you don't think that is appropriate. It doesn't feel good. Choices that you made that you regret. Self-doubt. Are you feeling like, why is it that nothing is moving right now? So in any moment, we're always in this battle. Are we in this war or are we in peace? And most of the time, we're in between, right? There are times that, oh, it's just everything's perfect. And there are the time that, oh, it's not really that great. And as we're in the season of time, with everything else that's going on around us, and sometimes also within us, things that we can control, not control. It's easy for us to spend our time, our day, our awareness in things that actually not in alignment with us, which when I'm saying about alignment is where we want to be, right? Our peace, love, gratitude. Sometimes we fall under this lack, suffering, pain, and all of that. And I starting to formulate this 3 C's, how we can start to be more in here. Because when we're at peace, when we're in love, we're in gratitude, in abundance, this is where we're in flow with life. And I say this as blessings, because when we're flowing with life, we're starting to notice everything's clicking, right? When we're flowing in peace, we get inspiration, we get insight. The right people come to our life, the right information comes to our life, and things are moving forward. So how can we stay in this flow of life so that we can continue bringing in and manifesting the things that we want, so that we don't always fall into the suffering, the lack, the criticism, the self-doubt? I mean, I'm not going to say 100% you're going to be out of it, because once you're out of it, that means you're totally what we call that awakening state of the 5D that people are that the kind of the trending word now. But we can always, within our control, daily, to stay or to get better, to be in more alignment with peace, love, gratitude, abundance, and all of that. Okay. So the first C, I have 4C. The first C is clarity. And this is what I teach in my program, like Energize, to know who you are. And I've used tools like human design, astrology, and some of you are familiar with hand analysis for life purpose, or Chinese astrology or Batsi. All of this is to get to know who we are. Because when we know who we are, we feel amazing, right? We're like, oh, we're not so weird after all. Oh, the things that we think is a problem actually is our superpower. Oh, actually, if I do more of this, it'll bring me joy, right? And you can also start journaling in some of this question. And I do this often as well, because when things get jumbled here, when things get tough, when suddenly the flow of peace, love, abundance suddenly just kind of like, like you hit a break or you hit a pothole. One place where you can always come back is to yourself. And when you are clear of who you are, especially what brings you joy, the more that you can come back to that, the more that you can ease yourself back into the flow, instead of feeling stuck, instead of feeling or fearing like things are not going for you. So first thing first, get to know who you are. And if you already know and you're ended at that place where things are not moving, come back into that clarity. Even for myself, sometimes I have to re-listen to a lot of the readings that I have. I have done Batsi reading with one of my favorite friend. Her name is Gabby, and she's available for reading, and I can definitely put down her information, or you can DM me for information of her. And I also have a friend who does hand analysis, who I rely so much in the beginning years of my journey, who's showing me what my superpowers are and what my life purpose are through my hands. And I still continuously looking at that recording or listening to the recording and look at the notes, because sometimes we often forget of our own superpower when things get tough. So one place, one area that you can pull yourself back, know who you are, get to know yourself again, fall in love with yourself again, be very intimate with who you are. And that will bring that good feeling and put you back. And by knowing who you are, especially in the tough moment, can also open up things like, oh, actually, I can use this superpower to do better in this area, or I can actually focus on different area of my superpower so that I can get out of it. Because your most valuable currency is something that comes naturally to you. So don't try to force it by just trying to fix or do, but come back to your own clarity. Who are you? What brings you joy? What makes you feel alive? Get there, hook into that, so that it will help you come back into your flow. Okay. So but what happened, like if you're feeling that it was your mistake, it was your shortcomings, your weaknesses. Now, we often beat ourselves up because of a mistake or a failure that we've done. Now, I'm not saying that then you're just gonna like, oh, make your weaknesses your superpower. No, But your weaknesses are there to show you something. And your weaknesses, I found through my own experiences as well, is the one that if I own it instead of covering up, it's like, oh, I could do better, or I'm better than that, or I push myself to like put it together so that people don't know what, that I made that mistake, or I felt like a failure, or, things like that. In that moment where I acknowledge and own my weaknesses, it's what makes me human. Because if you notice a lot of the movies that we love so much about some superheroes, they've gone through some weak moments. And those weak moments are the one that we feel like we're connected with. Because if you only, or people only see you as the superhero that you are, then it's really hard to connect with you. It's really hard to believe, or they can only see you so far away that they can't really relate to you. So if you own it, you become accessible to others. And I know if you're here and you're listening to me, you all have a dream to make impacts. You have a dream to be able to empower others. You have a dream to want to serve other people. Now, you can't really serve when you put yourself in a very high level pedestal, or you're so immaculate that they don't see that you ever make a mistake. Because people wants to learn from a mistake. People wants to learn that you actually can solve a problem that you had overcome yourself. That's the trust that they can receive from you, because they know that you've done something that they actually experience right now. So don't shy away from your weakness. Don't beat yourself up. Don't discount your shortcomings, your failures or problems, because whatever that you can overcome, because you own that, is what people want, or what people are leaning into, more so than all the great things that you want to promote about yourself. Okay. And I know a few of you here who are listening to me are very busy, have a busy life, has a high level of responsibility, because you want to do right for yourself and for the people that you love. Now, when you start to know yourself, and I know sometimes responsibility could also be the one that holds you back from flowing to life, right? Focus on your priorities. What actually is the priority that needs to happen, so you don't add to the stress of trying to fix so many different things, but also knows where within that priorities that you have to get done, and you have the capacity and the joy to get it done, and which one that do need to get done but you don't have the joy or the capacity or even the skills to do so. The one that you can get done with joy, continue doing. The one that you can't really do with joy, start to have a strategy. What can you do about it? Maybe find some helps, maybe attain the skills to do so, so then you can do it with joy, or maybe delegate it all out, right? So again, priorities can also help. Once you have the clarity about who you are, what brings you joy, everything you can figure out, including how you can manage your own responsibly and stay true to yourself, so that you can continue flowing with the love, the abundance, the joy, and everything else that's exciting for you. All right. Okay, the second C is to conjure. I know it sounds like, what? Sounds magic, black magic. What I'm saying is to bring the feelings. Again, we are all energy, right? And to be able to come back to that flow of life, to be able to feel that aliveness again, then bring that aliveness to you. What do you really want to feel in your life? Because it's easy when things don't go your way, when all those sufferings suddenly just pop up outside circumstances or even within yourself because you did something that you didn't like, then it's easy to get to get into those moments of down, beaten, despair, hopeless, and things like that. But at any moment, know that you can conjure up all the feelings that you want out of this life. And it's good if you can have this every day around your area, right? I give you an example here is like post it, make them stick, make it stick to us, make the sticks everywhere so that you remember what is it that makes life easier, makes life flows, makes life feels like a blessing. So have that around you as a reminder to you, especially if you've been feeling so low and so down, or you've gone through so many changes, things are still not working out for you, and you're busy and you're overwhelmed with work and with your responsibilities. One way for you to train yourself is to remember those feelings, even if you have to see the words over and over again so that you can remember it always. So use the sticky notes, or you can write it down in your journal and just flip through it every day. People create vision board. I do vision board as well because I'm a very visual person. So I need to see something to feel. Anything that you can do, make sure that you always remember what are the feelings that I want out of my life. Okay. And then make them real. Journal or make commitment to do things that will bring those feelings every day. So you can answer this question, 3 things that you can do today to generate my dream feelings, especially if you're not in it right now, right? What is it? Like maybe jumping in joy, or remember something that I used to do when I was little that makes me feel so joyful. Even right now, just close your eyes. Just bring yourself to a time where you feel the most joyful, and just bring that image and make it bigger and make it stronger. Just take a moment. Just bring the happiest memory in your life. And when you remember this, now open your eyes again. What is something that you can do today, right now, after this workshop, that you can do to generate that same feeling? Maybe if you're saying like, oh yeah, the last memory that the happiest memory was when I was traveling to Paris. Okay, it's hard to travel to Paris right now, but what can be done? Like, what is that feeling when you actually travel to Paris that you can replicate today, here, right now? Maybe just do an adventure, do something out of ordinary. Instead of going to the market or to the grocery store, today you're just gonna go to the beach, or you're gonna go outside to the city to go hiking, something like that. But make a commitment to do something to recreate that feeling, or maybe recreate something new, a new feelings that makes you feel that feelings, not recreate the feeling, but recreate a moment that will recreate that feelings, or even a bigger and better feelings. Okay, so try to do it. List 3 things what you can do today, this week, or month or quarter. And you don't have to do it alone. Enlist people who can collaborate, who can help you feel those dream feelings. Because if you do it with a few other people, the feelings expand, right? So take the benefit of doing it with others. Oh, the third C. Now you get remember who you are, you remember how you want to feel. Then there's still this junk, right? The things that you're like, but this is still what I feel because this just happened, or things happening, it's just not feeling well. Then do your cleanse. Because once you know that I have this superpower and I want these feelings, and in order for me to be able to come back to all of that, we need to let go something. Just like if you have a bowl of rice, in order for you to put more stuff in it, you have to let go some of the rice, right? Because otherwise then the bowl will be overflown and you can't fit everything. So you need to clear it out. So you can put, maybe instead of white rice, you can put brown rice, you can put some beef with broccolis and everything like that that you want, so yummy. Okay, so do clear out things that don't serve for your well-being. What is it that don't spark joy in your life today? And this could be something that in your physical environment, in your own body, in your own mindset, in your own uh, nervous system, like stress, or people that you interact with, places that don't support your value, maybe your job doesn't support your value, or beliefs that questions your own gifts, things that people say to you. Maybe you want to start, just remove those beliefs and lifestyle that making you ill. Okay, and let go of all the past failure, your own cynicism about things are not working out, or things are never going to be enough, or this is not for me, or patterns and habits, or even drugs. And drugs could be from medicine to Netflix. Let go of friends. I know this is a harsh thing to say, but sometimes when we need to flow in life, and when we flow in life, there are people that we're going to be together for a certain time period. And there will be people that we have to one point say, okay, we grow apart, and be okay that you have to acknowledge that and, be in a different journey altogether, as well as your own feelings. If you know that you want a certain feelings, then you also want to remove the feelings that don't serve you. And for that, there are modalities like energy healing, breath work, things like that, or hypnotherapy, to help you to remove or clear things out from your well-being. All right, the fourth C. Now it gets interesting, right? To create the container or your life. So when we're talking about peace, love, abundance, these are all in the ether. We can't see. And sometimes we say, okay, we're just gonna say it over and over. I'm abundance. Money come to me, money flowing to me, and I'm gonna be rich, right? But when it's an ether or a concept, intangible, then if we don't create the container for the abundance to be, then you can never receive the abundance. Say it's money, right? We all relate abundance with money. We say we want to be rich, but we don't create the container to be rich. Then how are you going to receive the abundance? How are you going to actually grasp the reality of money into you, right? So when we are saying about creating the container, it could be like, all right, hey, I want to expand how much I want to receive. I want to have $1 million US dollar because I want to purchase a house by the ocean. Then start creating the container. How big is this container to receive $1 million? This could be asking for promotion. This could be creating a business. This could be having a side hustle, all of that. Because abundance, like everybody say, is already here and around us. But in order us as a human to be able to grasp on the abundance, we need to set it up so that we can receive it. Just like a water, right? If the water does not have this glass, then you can't really see it. So imagine the water is the energy of abundance. In order for you to start see and use it and be able to receive, then you need the glass. So this is what we have to create. And to do so, again, you have to remember from the beginning, who are you? What's your purpose? What makes you joy? Basically, that's what your purpose, right? When you follow your joy, you're following your purpose, and start creating the desired feelings. And from there, clear out everything that you don't want and start to establish, okay, this is my life, how this is going to look like, so that I can start receiving the abundance that I want. Okay. Make it bigger. I'm talking about glass. You can also create a pool so that you can receive more abundance. So think big. And this is something that I'm also learning, really learning, is that it's easy to say, I just want to receive 100,000 US dollar per year. That should be enough for me. When you have that container, it might feel like, oh, wow, that's big. But in reality, the bigger that we dream, the easier it gets. Because if we put limits, just that's just enough, you don't allow your heart, allow the energy that wants to expand from within you to want to open up and receive what it is that is available. So I invite you to really allow the space, the container that you're creating, as big as you can make it. And it's not like you're building, right? And this is something that you also need to separate. I'm not saying that when you're creating it that you're gonna start busy strategizing. I have to make this, like I have to you know, talk to a consultant right away or things like that. No, I'm talking about just the energy of the container itself, how big it is that you want to receive, how you're creating it with your energy so that you can allow the abundance to start coming in. And the other C's, and I'm not going to put it, and I'm having so much fun with the C's, is to commit, correct, and comfort. And what I mean by this remaining C's, commit, because it's easy to do and say all this for at one time, and then you forget about it and you go back into the problem. Well, I still have my responsibility. Well, I still have to do this. Well, but the circumstances outside is not helping me. Oh, I don't have the right resources. I don't have the right time, blah, blah, blah. That means you're out of the alignment. You're out of the joy. You're out of the blessings. You again close the door and don't allow yourself to flow with the blessing. Okay. So commit every moment, even when your thoughts suddenly just kind of like bypass you because something happened. Like, see, it's not going to happen. Right. In that moment, come back into yourself and say, you know what? I no longer want you to be here. Remember that sea of clearing, cleansing. I'm going to let you out of my system. So that commitment to wanting to that desired feelings, wanting the creation of the container for your abundance, that needs to stick with you every day, every moment. Second is correct. Because when we do these things, it doesn't mean that you're going to just have everything 100% perfect stem, you pass, right? Because the flow of life, just like if you imagine the water in the river, it will have to go left, right, and sometimes there's going to be like a big tree that will block the flow. That's when things might have to go, flow a different way. That's when things might not happen the way that you want it. It's the time for you to then acknowledge and say, okay, I have to correct this. I have maybe something in my energy still misaligned. Maybe my own thought is getting in the way. Maybe I'm not allowing the container to be bigger. So allow yourself the opportunity to be able to correct whatever it is that's coming your way without judgment, without putting yourself into the war zone, to the suffering zone, but to put you back into the flow. Okay, and then comfort. And comfort here means to comfort yourself. Because when you do this, one of the things that I often hear from my clients, I don't know where I am today. I don't know my own how far I've gone in the journey. I don't give myself credit. And in fact, when you don't do that, the lack, the feeling of not enough, I haven't done enough, I haven't achieved what I want to achieve. It's going to constantly coming to you because you don't comfort yourself, you don't acknowledge yourself. So the 3 remaining C after you've gone through the core 4 C is to commit, continuously coming back, repeating every single thing that and following through everything that you want. then correct if there's any problem, and comfort yourself. Always give yourself the credit that is due to yourself because you've done the hardest work. All right. So with that, that is the short sharing that I have. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with me through my Instagram. You can DM me at SparkFesta. You can visit my website for